right, welcome to Iconix Radio, the producer's corner. I'm Anthony and Mr. Iconix Johnson, and today we got my big bro, Marcus the Heatmizer Devine, all the way from Detroit, Michigan. Is in the building. Like, hey, listen, I've been knowing Marcus for a long time, so this is going to be a fun interview, but insightful.
Yes, sir.
So, this man right here is a producer, writer, MD, engineer, play bass, and all that. I'm gonna have to stop naming because we'll be running out of time. Right. All that, and man, he has worked with all industry people. So the first question I got for you, bro, is what is your method for creating music?
I don't have a certain method. My thing is everything around me is music, so it could be sparked by anything. Like my wife laughed at me. I write a song to the windshield wipers in the car, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't really have a method. I used to be like, well, I'll start with the beat. Yeah. I don't have, it's whatever I'm feeling like. Cause you know how we go through sounds. Yeah. I can literally hit a snare,
right,
and hear the whole song. Just off the sound of the snare, like, oh yeah, and the song will just pop in like into my head.
Right,
like, it's great.
Yeah, that is like, cause sometimes it may be some strings I may start with, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it is, because you know the mind moves so much that you know sometimes you just don't have it. But we trying to help these younger producers out that, you know, man, you gotta have some type of musical background, man. Everything ain't loose. Yeah. Now describe how you work with the artists, and like when they're coming in and they need, you know, vocal production, or you writing something from. So how do you describe you working with them?
My thing is it ain't never about the song. Like I tell most artists that I work with that they're in school. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't about this song. It's about for the songs you record the rest of your life. Like, you know what I mean? So my thing is I'm always teaching. You know, when you sing, approach it like this, not just on this song or every song. If you walk in the booth saying I'm gonna kill this song, every time you walk in the booth, you gotta at least your mindset is there. But what I run into a lot of times is artists, they walk in the booth defeated already. You know what I mean? Right. Which makes my job 50 times harder, because now I can't even just listen at the notes and what's going on. I got to be a motivational speaker too. That is true. So for me, as a producer, we're so much more than a producer, bro. We're a friend, we're a counselor, we everything to these artists that come in here. You know, paying their money or not paying their money. If they're our artists, you know what I mean? We take on so much as a producer, you know what I mean? So every artist is different. So my approach is different. I've been doing it 30 years, so I'm trying to learn how to figure out, okay, this is what we're dealing with today. All right, so let me do this, you know what I mean? And then sometimes you get to artists that's, it's like, oh, there's everything lines up and it's beautiful, you know what I mean? So,
listen, let me tell you something. My bro Marcus, when me and Fred came in the studio, now let me tell you, if you come in the studio, Marcus gonna tell you about your song. He be like, man, this sound good, but man, the vocals went right, and you know, man, that helped us into where like, oh man, because normally you go in the studio, oh man, that's hot. He was like, man, I love this, but man, y'all could do this better. We was like, wow, you know, like for somebody, and you know, we came in like, man, our bro is really wanting us to make it and be great. Like one thing, if we ever showed you music, you would tell the truth. Even when you was down here in Houston, and I came to the hotel, like, man, I love the vocal, but I was like, and I went back and changed it, you know, because I wanted to be the best, and I know, hey man, you've been doing this for a minute. We're gonna let you name some of the people who you produce and who you work for, but tell us. Hold
on, before you go. Even because first of all, I love you.
Right. Right.
Before I get to the music.
Right.
So I love you. So my thing is, if it's yours, you're going to get the truth from me, no matter what it is, because my truth is love. Even if it sounds like, whoa, did he say that?
Right.
Even if it's that, it comes out of love. Because I want you to walk away and be like, okay, let me fix this or do this to go to that next level. Because I have a whole bunch of people be like, I want to send you my record. Then I give them their opinion, and they get mad at me.
Right. Like I'm telling you the truth.
Like, first of all, you asked me.
Right.
I didn't come and say, can I tell you about your song?
Right.
So, okay, go ahead, man. I just wanted to say that.
And, see, and I'm gonna tell you, that's why I say this interview gonna be fun, because I was like, Marcus, hey man, I need you to redo these vocals on the song. Marcus listened to it and was like, what for? And I was like, he was like, man, they sound good. He was like, because I'm just looking up to my big bro that's been in the game and say, hey man, I want to be great. You want to show your brother you can shoot that jump shot.
No doubt.
I've been working.
No doubt.
I've been working. So tell the people about your musical background and some of the people you work with, MD for, engineer for. I know, just give a few so people will know your resume.
Well, my musical background, where I started from, is my mom. My mom is the reason that I'm, into music the way I am. Even writing, my mom was writing songs, so that I gravitated to the song being the most important thing over the beat, over the bass line. Because if you listen to most of my records, I play bass, but I barely play bass on the records because it's not about me showing off as the bass player.
Right.
It's the song that because you got a lot of piano player producers and the song be just piano driven.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And then they don't even know how to get out of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everything is like, oh my God. Like, but my mom taught me that the song was the most important thing. Actually, my mom taught me how to play bass. She showed me my first thing on bass. And I picked it up from there. And I kept, right. And I picked it up from there. But as far as who I work with, Destiny's Child. I did a song called Why You Acting on Destiny's Child. Dietrich Haddon, 112, Day 26. Yeah. Olivia, Kelly Price, Lloyd, Pretty Ricky, Ashanti. Man, it's crazy. Oh, and my first platinum song was In Your Will by Men of Standard.
Yep, and I was going to bring that up. Yeah, Men of Standard. And I remember that. I was like, Marcus wrote that. Like, oh. Yeah. It's like, man, that's what I was telling y'all, that we have a real producer that's on here, man, that he's just been in the game for a minute. See, because we're from Detroit. And see, it was like, so I'm just telling this little story. And Hart Plaza, I think Marcus was playing for the group Devine and then the choir. The choir you did the album on.
Oh, yeah.
What was their name?
Peter's Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. And so as a musician or a person, if you was able to get behind that gate, oh man, you was something in Detroit at Hart Plaza. And I'd be like, man, I just want to get back there, but then to start playing it every year, we'd just be looking like, can we get behind the gate? Can we get behind that gate? Because if you got behind the gate, you was playing. Yeah. So Marcus was playing bass and doing the talk box, everything. He crazy with the talk box. We'll get to that later. But yeah, man, it was like just seeing you all them years, man, and like we would be passing. It'll be Marcus, Gerald, and Day.
Show did. That is funny, you bro. Did.
And we would be playing for LaQuint Weaver them.
Yes.
And so yeah, and then we'll be coming, switching and just seeing each other. But like, man, but it used to be fun, man, just in that Detroit. Like we would be at different musicals every weekend, every night. So you would know some of your who's who in the world. Right. Like Dietrich Haddon, Gerald Haddon, Marcus Devine's like, we can go down names and you'd be like, man, I didn't even know they were singing. Joe was singing background for Vanessa Bell.
People don't know that though.
People don't know that. And he was singing in Detroit, singing hard. But
something on the inside.
Yeah, something on the inside.
Yeah.
See, we ain't gonna call the names. We probably get some of y'all in trouble because y'all be acting a little like y'all don't know us. But anyway, back
That's
back to the what's it? I asked everybody this question: what DAW do you use in the studio? What's your favorite DAW?
It's a combination DAW, and just Reason and Pro Tools. It's real simple.
Right now, listen. Marcus was the first one.
I do all my music in
Reason. On Reasons. I remember he was using it back in the day. Reasons, and yeah, I remember we were like, man, Marcus, where you get that sound from? Oh, it's in Reason. It's in Reason. But yeah, now, if you want to know about engineering and sounds, that's the guy you go to because he would have them. He would have them ahead of time. So tell me, how many instruments do you play?
I have a counter, bro. Bass guitar, drums, a little. Rhythm guitar, keys. I mean, give me an hour, I can play anything. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I taught myself on everything. I've never went to school. Nobody's ever set me down to teach me. Like, you know what I mean? My dude, Kier Ward, you probably know Kier.
Yeah.
Kier Ward taught me A flat chord. And I wrote about 7 songs with that A flat chord. And then I said, oh, if I change this note, and that's how I taught myself.
Right. And if you listen to his music, which is be playing on Iconix Radio, you'll see how great of a producer and writer that he is. Now, who are you currently working with right now?
Right now, my main project is Beth. Her name is Beth. She was on the 16th season of The Voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So actually, she's on tour with Kim right now. Kim and Babyface singing background for Kim.
Really?
So, yeah. So I'm in the mixing stages of the record. I'm like 95% done.
Oh man, that's what's up. And you know that tour gonna be hot.
Oh yeah, they doing their thing, man. They having fun out there.
Right. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, do you have any tell the people about your project? I remember when you came out with your single and your album. Tell people the name of those 2 albums that Marcus was on his weight loss journey. And even on Instagram, he be cooking some of that stuff. I be like, man, that look good. It like be some almond burgers and stuff like that. But he be looking good though. He on this vegan.
He said almond burgers. Nah, man. The first record I did is a project called A Matinee.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, I say I don't write songs. I write 3.5-minute movies. So that's always my thing. And my wife, one day I was like, man, I got to think of a name for my album. She literally just turned and said, call it The Matinee. I was like, yeah. And that's how it happened.
Wow.
And I got my second project I put out is a record called In My Feelings.
Right.
You know, and what's funny about In My Feelings, those were just songs that I didn't put on other people. They were just on the hard drive. So that's what I've been doing in my last record, Contagious.
Yeah.
Those not even really mixed. Like I literally just took them, tweaked just a little bit, and put out because this is my thing. I got more days behind me than I do in front of me. That's how I feel. Look at it. And I got so many songs. I refuse to leave this earth with all this stuff on this hard drive.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and that's one thing as producers, you need to get your music out because we can pull up our hard drives and we have music that nobody will never hear and they'll just be on their hard drive. Like, just put them out. Put them out. I mean, Marcus had his concert, which he programmed, man, which was just slamming, you know, and it was just like, man, Marcus, he doing it. That's one thing Marcus has never been. He gonna put his stuff out. He gonna sing, and he's you know confident in what he does, and that's why I always looked up to you, man.
Wow, thanks, bro. And a lot of people, that's what they ask me, be like, so what do you do to do this? I'm like, do it. If I think about it, I do it. When I do a concert, if you could go back and pull up every flyer I've ever pulled out, the first flyer always say to be announced. I don't know where it's gonna be. I don't know nothing. All I know is this day I'm doing the concert.
Right.
And I do to be announced because that that makes me accountable, and they'll be like, you didn't put it out there, now you got to follow through.
Wow.
So my thing is always just do it.
Wow. What you know what? I'm gonna use that method because to being out there, you put it out there so people like, what's gonna be the date? What's gonna be the date? Yeah. What you gotta do, man? But that is awesome. Now I know that you work with Aaliyah, and I remember that when she passed, when you wrote that song. What was the name of that song? I remember Baby Girl. Yeah, Baby Girl, and I remember it was all on news channels and everything, and it was like, man, you wrote that song, man. Them lyrics was awesome. Awesome.
That was my heart. I was her first male background singer. So when she did pass, actually I was in the studio with Aaron Hall that night. We was getting ready to work, and that's when we had the two-way pagers. Remember the two-way?
Yeah.
I had a two-way pager, and my two-way went off, and I opened it, and it said she had passed. I'm like, no. So I got ready, and I started texting people. It just started going really crazy, like coming across my two-way. And me and Aaron Hall was sitting there. This was I think a Saturday night. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I don't feel like working, man. So he left, went to the hotel. That morning, my dude Al Madden called me and said, yo, we need to do a song for Aaliyah. I left church, went straight to the studio, came up with the track. By 6 o'clock in the evening, it was 50 rappers at my studio. I'm talking about all on the porch, everything, because there wasn't enough room in there for everybody.
Right.
The police came past, and when they found out what we was doing, they kept make sure we all was good. Man, it was a crazy experience. Right. I loved her, man. She was so sweet, bro.
Right. And I remember when y'all was on tour, man, we were so excited because it was like the whole Detroit
all the homies.
Girls was playing keys, you was doing background.
Girl is the reason I got with her. I wasn't supposed to sing background for her.
What?
Gerald said, what you doing, Devine? I was like, nah, man, chill. He said, hey, would you go to rehearsal with me? I'm like, I don't care. And when I went, I'm sitting there. She's not there. And Kern is up there, and they going over the songs. He said, hey, Marcus, come and sing this note. Because the guy who was hired didn't come to rehearsal for the first 3 days.
What?
Yes. So they was like, Marcus, come and sing this note. So I was like, all right. I went up there and did what I did. When she got there, she's like, who is that? They was like, that's Marcus Devine. She was like, I like him. I want him. What? So when the guy got to rehearsal, he complained, was like, yo, that ain't fair. Y'all gonna hire somebody else. So they did I'm trying to hurry up. They did a whole nother audition. They had about 20, 30 guys come for another audition.
What?
When she walked in, she said, what's going on? It's like, well, Paul, that's his name.
Yeah, you said, bleep it out.
Hey, no, I don't bleep it out. I don't be caring.
Right.
Hey, they said, so she's like, he complained and something. He think we should have audition. She said, no, I want Marcus. And the girl turned around and said, well, y'all heard what she said? Thank y'all for coming out. Good night.
Wow.
And made everybody leave. And that's how.
And I remember because I was like, oh man, I remember y'all was wearing the white shirts with the blue jeans.
With the A in the middle.
And y'all came and slammed. And see, a lot of people also don't know you were writing plays. And Marcus has been real big in the play industry. Like some of your main, like Lisa Ray, Clifton Powell, to name a few. He was writing plays. And I was like, Marcus, you write plays too? He's like, man, we doing rehearsal down here downtown. And I'm like, Marcus was into everything.
Everything,
like,
bro.
Wow. And then now I know you're MDing now because I was supposed to meet you at Southwest by Southwest, but
yeah, I was looking forward to that.
And I was sitting there, I was just hurt, man. These COVID tests, they get this, and y'all rocked it out down at Southwest. I was like, they killed it.
We had a ball too, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, we're in Indiana this weekend too. So.
Oh, really? Oh,
and man. Orlando, Indiana Friday, Orlando Saturday.
Oh wow! So you be in now, and then the Millennium Tour. Are you doing that this year or?
I don't know what they're doing. I hear a little something. I hear they may be trying to do something. So if they call, I'm there. That's my family. So if they call, I'm there.
Right. You're right. Because I think you came down here to Houston and Marcus had the band and they was getting ready and they slammed. Let me tell y'all, every time they got on stage, everybody was on there looking like, ooh, because he would put clips up and I'd be like, Marcus, come over there. slamming.
And every Millennium tour though, I MD for 3 artists on the tour. So every time I've been on tour, it's 3 artists. So we work hard every night. You know what I mean? So
right,
but we have fun though.
Right, slamming. But and then man, that's what I love about him. He always moving in the different directions. If you want to do this music full time, yeah, we be playing at the church, but Marcus be packing up that bag, going to have to do another gig, the studio, because you got the studio in Detroit, and it's over there on what is it, 9 Mile? I'm
on 8 Mile. I'm on 8 Mile.
8 Mile, yeah, 8 Mile. And I
got Fred Hammond's old studio now.
Right. Because I remember he's like, but I got Fred Hammond's old studio. And I was like, oh man, because we definitely gonna have to come down there. Now tell me, what makes a good song?
That's a good question. That's a good one. I'm normally be good right on the money. I wasn't expecting that one. But I think it's all relative to what makes a good song. I don't think there's just a formula of what makes a good song. Because if you go, it depends on who you're talking to. You talk to a DJ, yeah, we need a song we can put in our rotation that can spin in the mix show. Right. That's what determines a good song. But then you get somebody like John Legend come out with "We're Just Ordinary People" and be one of the biggest songs in the world. Like, so it's hard. Like, it's hard to say exactly what makes a good song. I think, to me, is what I could say. A song to me, a good song to me is something that can change my life if I let it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something I can live out, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to say. That's what's a great song to me. A song that's going to make me be accountable. And I ain't talking about gospel. I'm talking about a song, like a song that makes me say, man, there was no reason for me to say that like that to my wife. And you could put that in words. That's an incredible song. It may not get all the spins in the world. But a great song. And you know this, 9 times out of 10, the great songs never hit radio.
That's true. That is true.
So that's what I guess that's what a great song would be to me.
You're right, because it'd be some songs be like, what track was that? I never heard that.
I never heard that.
I never heard that. And then like you said, like, wow, some songs just come that just been pulled from the ringers. Because like we remember, I think was even on the Men the Standard album, I don't think was your song the single. I don't think that was the single.
No, the first single was Victory's Coming.
That's it.
Won't be. That was the first single.
That was the first single.
But when they dropped that in your wheel. But when they dropped it though. That song been playing 20 years, bro. I put that song out in 2000.
Wow. I remember. And that song, wow.
I wrote it in 97.
And you gave it to him in 2000?
Because I wrote it for Devine. We just never sang it. We never sang. We never had a chance to sing it.
Right. And I remember, and everybody was like, the song just took off.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, they weren't supposed to do it. The record was closed. They had picked all the songs. And I called Isaac. I said, yo, I want to sing your song. He's like, hey, man, the album closed. We done picked all the songs. I said, I don't care. What's your address? We didn't have email at the time.
Yeah, we didn't have emails.
I said, what's your address? I'm about to go to FedEx right now and sing you something. FedEx it to him. Got it the next day. This nigga called me screaming on, oh, my God. We got to do this. And he gets sent it to the record company. They lost their mind. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. If people even know a Man the Standard, that's the song they know. That's the song.
I won Song of the Year at the Stellar Awards for that song.
You sure did. Wow. Yeah. And you say how many is sold? How many you say it's sold?
Right now, I think it's like a couple million. It's just a couple million.
Yeah, and that's when they were selling records. So good publishing came out of that.
It still comes out of that. I still pay bills with that publishing right now today.
Yeah, because the music has changed, but you know, with the Spotify and the 0.66 cent, which really is not fair.
And it ain't even, I don't even worry about Spotify money. That's the beauty of gospel radio.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because gospel, they still play the record.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about streams. It's literally record spins on the radio that keep me getting checks every quarter.
Right. And keep you blessing people on Cash App, because they be blessing people on Cash App. If Marcus see you need a need, or musician friends, he be like, hey man, I'm doing this Cash App. Man, y'all come on, send it to him. And he give them the money, people. He don't keep
them. Listen, bro, listen. I tell my wife, I said, it's a little selfish that I like giving. Like, it don't even be for the person sometimes. It be for me. The feeling I get of helping, it's selfish. Like, I literally get off on helping people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So, because when I say I don't want for nothing, little bro,
I believe it.
Nothing.
Right.
I'm not filthy rich, but when I tell you I don't, oh my God, what I'm going to eat. And I'm grateful. And I always said, I don't never have to be rich. I just need friends that got enough to make sure I'm always okay.
Wow. That's big. That's big. And that's one thing Marcus has not been selfish. He helped me on something. He was like, hey man, I was like, Marcus, man, how much it costs for you to do these vocals? He was like, man, what you got in your budget? He was like, because, you know, I have a price, but tell me what's in your budget, and you get further than trying to say, hey, man, what's your budget? Like, what you working with? You
I'm your brother. I'm not going to put a strain on you.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? But like, people are like, well, if that's your brother, why charge? Because also it's a lesson in paying.
Right.
Like, people don't get that part of it. Like, it's a lesson in saying, okay, I'm willing to invest in myself. Because if you get something for free, 9 times out of 10, you'll misuse it, mistreat it, everything, because you didn't pay nothing. You didn't invest anything in it. Oh, but let me charge you $500 for your mix. You're going to push the hell out that song to make sure that everybody do it, because you're like, I got to recoup.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And my thing is, my lights does not come off on and off a relationship.
That's true. That's true.
It's that simple.
They'll cut them off like, man, but I did this for, we about to cut you in, this lights off.
Right. You know how tight me it is?
Right.
Well, leave my lights alone. They'll be like, yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah. Right. And then see, a lot of people know Marcus has done all types of music, but he is a quartet lover. Let me tell you.
Oh, my God. What?
If a good he will quartet.
Listen, brother. I tell everybody that is my favorite style of music.
Right.
I don't like messing with the niggas, the knuckleheads. 90% of the time, but I love the style of music.
Right, because you done wrote for a lot of quartet group, a major quartet group, the Christianaires. I mean,
that's who made me want to sing. Paul Porter is what really made me want to sing.
Right, and he can go. So that's what I'm saying. Marcus is very versatile. But he loved quartet, though. You get with it, you be like, is that Marcus Devine over at the church? And
rocking. And what? Right now today, I could set in the groove and wear that thing out right now today.
Yes, Marcus, when they would come over to my dad's church and use it, his mother them, and we always laugh because about Pastor Bowers, you know.
Oh yeah.
We would just all be like, there go Bowers. You talk about somebody else who loved quartet. I think he went to a quartet program every weekend.
Yeah. Well, funny, I produced his project.
So now I'll tell you that we have an awesome producer here, Mr. Marcus Devine, and then he also got a sunglasses line. Tell the people about the sunglasses line.
Well, I wear sunglasses all the time. Right now, I have a drawer. It has about at least over 200 or 300 pair of sunglasses. Wow. That's not mine. So my thing was, I keep spending all this money on sunglasses. Like, probably around here now, I probably got about 10 pair of sunglasses just around me right now because you ain't gonna never catch me on camera without glasses or a picture without.
Right.
So, and I just one day told my wife I want my own sunglasses. So I started doing the research, talking to different vendors, and never getting samples and going. So now I got like 14 different styles to my sunglasses.
Wow. Well, my wife loves wearing sunglasses, so we're gonna have to get some from you because everybody that sells sunglasses, she be like, "Oh, let me get." I'm like, "You got enough?" But we gonna get some of the Marcus Devine. And like all over the world be wearing them.
And Teddy Riley called me. He was like, "Do you realize you're the only black young person with your own sunglass line?"
Wow.
Not because a lot of people sell them,
right?
To have your own line, your signature on, like,
right.
And I trip out every day because I go down my timeline and there's somebody in another part of the world taking a picture with my sunglasses on. Wow. They be tripping me out sometimes.
Right, and that was Teddy Riley who he said, everybody, yes, Teddy Riley.
Man, that's family, that's big bro.
Right. And then you worked with Dave Hollister. You did a lot. I think you did his R&B and gospel project.
No, I did the gospel. I did 3 on the gospel record.
3 on the gospel. And then I think he was in the plays that you produced also.
My baby, yep, he was on my play. Yep.
Yeah. See, that's what we be seeing Dave and Marcus. Marcus just be with everybody. We be like, man, Marcus, what you doing? But this is what I'm saying, man. He's a great producer, great writer, great musician, just all around. Now tell the people where they can find you on your social media so they can find out about this great producer.
Well, I'm the Heatmizer on Twitter, Instagram, and that's DAHEATMIZER, and Marcus Devine on Facebook.
See, you can hit my boy up. Now, to tell these producers, young, what would be something that you would say to them to help them make it and to be a greater producer?
Study. And when I say study everybody. Today, literally today, I studied before I came on here. I watched videos because music is forever changing. You know what I mean? Mixing the pop vocal is different than mixing the R&B vocal.
Right.
Like, and so it never stops. So I would say study and trust you.
Wow.
Trust you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because you may not know how to get to what you're feeling.
Right.
Keep working until what you're feeling is what you're hearing.
Wow. That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Right. Wow. That's awesome.
You may not hear it today, but keep working until what you're feeling is what you're hearing.
Wow. That's big, Marcus. That is big because, sometimes as producers, you do go through times where you feel like all your music sound the same.
Yeah.
because you're working with so much music and, you sometimes have to get away from it.
But I think that's called being complacent sometimes. You're like, oh, this worked. So then now you put yourself in this work box. How long is that going to work? And when it's time, you keep building up the walls on that box. Or it worked. So when it's time to come out, you're like, oh, Lord, how do I get out of this?
Right.
And then you can't. And we done passed you by.
Right.
Because, you stand, it worked. That's why I say trust you.
Right. Wow.
Work until the artist that you're talking to will trust you to give them what they need. Because now artists, because they can put the song up themselves, they walk in telling you what they need. Well, see, this is what I need on my record. And something. I'll be like, hold up. I don't need you to tell me what you need. You're here because I know how to give you what you need. Right. You know what I mean? So just keep working until you trust yourself. So you can because you can't, if you don't trust yourself, you don't even know how to sell yourself to nobody that they'll trust you.
Wow. That's true. Wow. And see, I know you do all aspects. You do mixing, you do the producing, you do the vocals, you do the writing. How do you set yourself aside to say, because some, like me, if I work it and we did the vocal production, I got to take it to the engineer because I don't want to engineer it because, I done heard it so much. But how do you balance able to do it all yourself?
Because I never get too attached. And when I say that, I may love the song and be like, well, this is hot. But I never listen to it with my ego. And that's what happened. I never listened to the music with my ego. Oh, yeah, this is hot. And something. When you do that, you shut out anything that could be wrong.
Oh, wow.
Because now you're starting to feed yourself. You're starting to feed your ego. And it may be nice, but that snare or that vocal may have a 3K that need to be turned down because it's messing with everybody's ears, but you won't hear it because you worried about everybody feeling that it's hot.
Right.
So what I do, I don't do it nothing with my ego.
Wow.
Now when I get to that mastering stage and I'm listening to it banging, now you may get a little ego out of me. But in the creation part, it's what does it need?
Right.
What don't it need?
Right.
Like, that's the thing. We don't never approach production from what it don't need.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like what it do need.
Right. Yeah. Or you can add that. No, actually, sometimes you should take that out, take that out, turn that up. That's the song. Right.
And see, that's what I know. That's when you go in and talk to Marcus, he's going to listen to your song with those ears and listen to it like, hey, man, this is what I need. Because every time we brought music, it was never, he'll tell you when it's hot, but then he'll tell you, hey, man, it needs this, it needs that. You know, you need to do this. And then he'll tell you what to do. And then if you need to know how to do it, he will show you. So that's why, I love you, bro. Man, we
love you too, bro.
We've been rocking since just, like I said, Marcus is older. But yeah, we've been rocking in the Detroit scene for years. And he always been the same. I could say he never changed. If we talk to each other, he asks how Fred doing. If he see Fred, he asks how I'm doing. And then I said, man, I want to make it my business to say, you know what? Marcus has always been the same, man. Let me reach out to him. And then whenever you reach out to him, he'll call you back. He'll call you, hit you on IG. That's one thing I know. Now, some other I done hit. I ain't gonna name no names, but they don't forget. They forgot them chicken sandwiches in the basement that we was all sharing. But we ain't gonna go there now. I'm
gonna tell you something though. For me, it's about what you get back.
Right.
I'm a good guy and I laugh and I joke. But one thing you know about me too, I don't take it. I don't play. Like you fake. First of all, I don't have a problem calling you out.
Yes.
About being fake, but at the same time, what you give, it's easy for us to have a relationship we got.
Right.
Because I could call you and be like, I'm on my way to where you at.
Right.
And you'll start, while I'm getting there, you start moving your day around to make sure I'm okay.
Right. That's true.
So for me, I don't take it lightly. Like, oh, he's doing that because I'm Marcus Devine. No, he's doing that because I'm his brother.
Right.
So at the end of the day, when my brother called, what you need from me?
Right.
I called you when I got to
he showed me. He said, hey, man, where you at?
Where you at? Because I'm looking forward to seeing my brother.
Right. And then when he in Houston and doing the tour, he'd call me up, man. Hey, man, I'm in here. I'm at this hotel. Hey,
I remember I needed some clippers. Remember that?
Yeah.
I flew out last minute and I didn't get a chance to get a haircut, and you brought clippers to me.
Right. He like, man, I need some clippers, man. I would have found them.
I'll never forget that kind of stuff.
And then he cut his hair right in there and gave him right back.
I'll never forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and man, that's why because whenever I call Marcus, he'll pick up that phone. I don't care. He could be on tours where it's 20, 10, 5,000, and he'll still, if he can get you in, you'll be backstage.
All day.
You'll be backstage. That's one thing Marcus say, hey man, come on backstage. I got you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna let you go, but on that, I hate that, little bro. Like, I hate when we act like you did me a favor because you gave me a ticket, bro. Like,
wow,
they give away thousands of tickets at every show.
That's true.
And you, as your dude, you come in town, or I come in your town, and you be like, hey man, you coming to town? Can I want to bring my wife? And I'll be like, hey man, I don't know, bro. Like, what? Them ain't your tickets.
Right.
There's a few people that act like that, bro. I'm telling you.
Right.
I can't stand that, man.
Right.
Go ahead. That's a brother phone call. We ain't got to talk about that.
Right. Now, Marcus Music is going to be playing all on Iconix Radio. He's going to have his Marcus Devine Heatmizer Day from his music, people he produced. Man, we're gonna push what you got and everything, man, just because, man, I know the type of guy you are. And I know, man, you've been a help to us in any situation and whatever we need, man. And I appreciate it. And even for you taking out the time to come to Iconix Radio and be on the radio with us, because I believe it's time for people to really hear from the producer. You know, because some of y'all, we ain't gonna name no names, y'all make people sign contracts that y'all can't sing. So we just gonna keep it there. And Marcus know the people we talk about, they make you sign some NDAs, non-disclosure. But here at Iconix Radio, we gonna play a game, Marcus. We from the 90s. So I got a couple where they're gonna be multiple choice. So you can wait to, answer. So what musical instrument does Steve Urkel play? Do he play the ukulele, the accordion, or the harmonica?
The accordion.
That's right. You see how quick he got that? He was watching TV back then. Now finish this Christina Aguilera lyric. What a girl wants, what a girl A has, B sees, or C needs?
Needs.
C was right. You see, you gotta know your music, people.
What a girl.
Yeah. Okay. What company released the first athletic shoe built in the air pumps? Was it Adidas, Nike, or Reebok?
Reebok.
I think Marcus had some pair, back in the day too.
Actually, never had them.
You never had a? Oh man, everybody.
I was strictly Nike back then.
And the last one. Okay, in the 90s sitcom Family Matters, where did the Winzows live? Chicago, New York, or Georgia?
Chicago.
See, Marcus done hit all the questions. See, you got to know your 90s people and your questions. But yeah, we appreciate you, man, for coming to Iconix Radio, man. We thank you. And man, man, I love you, bro, man. You have always been a brother to us, man. Whenever we came, if our music was bad, we was doing it on the 8-track. When we was bringing tapes. But man, we appreciate you, man, and we thank you. And Iconix Radio love to have the music because, man, you're just a great producer, a great man, and a great guy all the way around. So,
the same, bro.
Yes, sir. So people start clapping all over the place that we thank Marcus Devine, the Heatmizers, for coming through Iconix Radio. All right. We'll see you all later. All right. Thanks, Marcus.
You're welcome, brother.
All right.